All right, so this has been the other question we have been getting a lot on our YouTube channel and our Facebook group. We're just seeing this question floating around a lot. So we wanted to provide you with clarity on whether or not the CR1 spousal petitions are high priority. And so what I mean by that is the question that we're getting is K1 visas K1 fiance visas have been designated as high priority. What about CR1 spouse visas? Are they high priority too? Are they being ignored? What's going on with my I-130 petition, my CR1 visa application? And so to give you a little bit of background, if you're not currently in this process, the CR1 is the spouse visa. It's for individuals who are married to United States citizens or lawful permanent residents. And then the K1 fiance visa is for individuals who are engaged to, it's a fiance visa, engaged to a United States citizen. So earlier in the year, to give you some background, earlier in the year, there was a presidential proclamation suspending the entry of certain individuals from entering into the United States. That proclamation had certain exceptions, and among those exceptions were exceptions for individuals who were married to a United States citizen and going through the CR1 process. The issue with the proclamation that was announced earlier in the year is that, let me make sure here I have a comment, make sure everybody can still, okay, perfect. Everybody can still hear me, so I don't want to lose anybody. So the issue was that that proclamation that was announced didn't actually provide any clarity or specifications for the K1 fiance visa. And so there was a lot of uncertainty at U.S. embassies and consulates about whether or not fiance visas, K1 visas, were allowed to be scheduled for interviews. And so they just weren't. But the reality was they weren't scheduling interviews anyway because of COVID. But long story short, the issue was the presidential proclamation didn't provide any clarity about whether or not the K1 visa was an exception to be allowed for individuals to be scheduled for interviews and to enter the United States. So there was an announcement in August of this year that clarified, or later in the summer, that clarified K1 fiance visas, actually was in the summer, that K1 fiance visas are also an exception. They can still be scheduled for interviews. What happened in August, though, was that an official announcement was made saying that the K1 visa is considered high priority. This was done because there was so much confusion over the original proclamation about whether or not K1s were included. And so they had to actually make this specific announcement saying, yes, U.S. embassies, the Department of State made the announcement, yes, U.S. embassies and consulates, yes, you can actually be scheduling K1 visas for interviews, and they should be considered high priority. The question that people are asking, though, because that special announcement was made for fiance visas and not for CR1s, is there's a lot of confusion that individuals who are going through the I-130 process because they're married to United States citizen or lawful permanent resident, that they are somehow not considered priority. But the reality is that they are too, even though there hasn't been a specific announcement saying that CR1 spousal petitions are high priority. They are. They're not prioritizing. The short answer is they're not prioritizing fiance visas over marriage petitions, and they're not prioritizing marriage-based cases, CR1s over K1s. The U.S. embassies and consulates are trying to prioritize everyone, and the first priority is individuals who had interviews that were canceled, getting those rescheduled, and then they will go down the line. Unfortunately, as many of you know, a lot of U.S. embassies and consulates are closed, or they have limited interviews. So the pain point is that even though CR1s and K1s can be scheduled for an interview, there's just limited interview availability. So hopefully that provides clarity to let you know that CR1s aren't being considered higher priority than K1s, and K1s aren't being considered higher priority than C1s. They're all of equal priority. Immigration just loves to throw out certain terms like that, and it just causes extra confusion. So hopefully that provides clarity. All right.